And before you know it, you're not in the room anymore. You're back in that car, windows down, friends laughing, sunlight spilling through. The air even smells the same. That's not imagination. That's your brain's time machine. Nostalgia doesn't just remind you of a moment, it recreates it. Your heartbeat changes, your breathing slows, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemicals you felt years ago. You're literally living the past again, inside the present. But here's the wild part. Nostalgia doesn't just take you back, it shapes who you are now. Every decision, emotion, and dream you carry today is built on the memories you keep choosing to relive. We all have that phrase, things were better back then. But were they, really? Our brains are expert editors. They highlight the laughter and fade out the noise. They turn summer heat into golden light and forgotten streets into sacred places. Psychologists call this rosy retrospection, the bias that makes the past look more beautiful than it really was. It's comforting, but also dangerous, because when you compare today's reality to yesterday's highlight reel, life will always feel disappointing. You start chasing ghosts, moments that never existed exactly as you remember. The past feels perfect, not because it was, but because it's been edited by love and longing. Think about when nostalgia hits hardest. Not when life's easy, but when it's falling apart. After heartbreaks, during loneliness, or when you feel lost. The mind reaches back to moments that made sense to give you a sense of continuity. It's like your brain whispering, "You've been happy before. You can be happy again." That's why people rewatch childhood movies, visit old neighborhoods, or scroll through old messages. It's not just reminiscing, it's self-preservation. Nostalgia becomes emotional medicine. But like all medicine, the right dose heals, too much numbs. There's comfort in revisiting who you were, but danger in refusing to leave. Some people live more in memory than in motion. They replay moments that made them feel alive because the present doesn't. But life isn't meant to be paused and replayed. It's meant to evolve. You can honor your past, but you can't keep living in it. When nostalgia turns into resistance, when you prefer the way things were more than how they can be, that's when it quietly steals your future. The past should be a teacher, not a home. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Our memories lie. Not maliciously, but protectively. Every time you recall something, your brain rewires it slightly. You fill in blanks, blur faces, rearrange emotions. Over time, what you remember may be part truth, part imagination. This means nostalgia is never about the event, it's about how that moment made you feel. You're not missing the past, you're missing the version of you that existed in it. The carefree you, the unhurt you, the hopeful you. And sometimes, that's who nostalgia truly mourns. Neurologically, nostalgia activates multiple brain regions: the hippocampus, memory, the amygdala, emotion, and the prefrontal cortex, meaning. It's literally your brain lighting up the story of you. It releases serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin, creating a bittersweet emotional cocktail. That's why nostalgia feels both happy and sad. It's like emotional gravity, pulling you towards something that doesn't exist anymore, but still defines you deeply. That duality keeps us hooked. We crave it because it reminds us we've lived. Have you noticed how every few years, fashion, music, and film recycle old trends? Because nostalgia sells. Brands know that when they trigger your memories, they don't just sell a product, they sell identity. They sell belonging, safety, familiarity. A 90s logo, an old cartoon reboot, a childhood song. It's not coincidence, it's psychological marketing. They're not reviving the past, they're reviving your feelings about it. That's why nostalgia isn't just personal, it's one of the world's most powerful business tools. Have you ever missed someone who wasn't even right for you? That's nostalgia too. It edits the relationship, keeps the good scenes, deletes the fights. It makes you miss the warmth, not the person. We fall in love not with people, but with the moments we shared with them, moments that no longer exist. And the longer you replay those moments, the harder it becomes to move forward and create new ones. Because every time you relive an old chapter, you delay writing the next one. Still, nostalgia isn't the enemy. It reminds you of your roots, of where you came from, what shaped you, what mattered. It gives life texture, warmth, meaning. It helps you appreciate what once was so you can value what is. The secret is balance. Visit the past, don't live there. Memories should inspire gratitude, not regret. If you can smile at your past without wishing to go back, you've truly grown. Every memory you hold on to becomes more than just a snapshot of the past. It becomes a building block of who you think you are. Memories don't merely exist in your mind as fragments. Your brain actively uses them to construct your identity, to tell the story of yourself. That's why when people lose their memories, they often feel as though they've lost a part of themselves, not just events, but pieces of their very being. We are, in many ways, memory-based beings. The stories we carry about our past experiences silently guide how we see ourselves in the present, shaping our thoughts, emotions, and decisions. If you constantly revisit moments when you failed, were hurt, or felt small, you start to identify with those experiences, letting them define your sense of self. Conversely, when you deliberately recall moments of courage, joy, love, or triumph, you actively rebuild your confidence and reinforce your sense of capability. This is the paradoxical power of nostalgia. It can either trap you in old patterns or transform the way you live. Because every time you remember something, you're not simply reliving it. You are engaging in a subtle act of creation. You are rewriting who you are becoming, moment by moment, thought by thought. Here's the irony. Nostalgia isn't only about looking backward. It quietly shapes your future. The feelings and experiences you remember inform the choices you make, the goals you set, and the kind of happiness you pursue. Often the dreams you chase, the moments you seek, and the meaning you pursue are rooted in the warmth of past experiences. Not because you want to return to them, but because you want to feel that vitality and connection once more. When used consciously, nostalgia becomes a source of fuel rather than a trap. Instead of thinking, those were the good days, you begin to say, those feelings, joy, curiosity, courage, I can create them again. By reframing nostalgia as a compass rather than a mirror, your past no longer holds you back. Instead, it guides you towards possibilities, inspiration, and actions that align with your truest self. Nostalgia, when harnessed with intention, transforms from a passive reflection of what once was into an active roadmap for what could be. It shows you that the energy, light, and joy you once experienced aren't locked away in memory. They can be recreated, expressed, and amplified in the present moment. Memories are not just reminders of what happened, they are teachers. Every joyful moment, every mistake, and every heartbreak carries lessons that can guide your decisions today. When you reflect deeply, you notice patterns. How you respond to challenges, what makes you feel alive, what holds you back. By examining your past with curiosity rather than judgment, you can extract wisdom. The failures that once made you doubt yourself become stepping stones. The moments of vulnerability that made you feel small become markers of your strength. Memories, in this sense, are not chains. They are tools to craft a better present and future. There's also an emotional alchemy in nostalgia. Remembering the laughter, the triumphs, the warmth of connection triggers chemicals in your brain, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, that make you feel alive again. This is why a simple memory can bring tears or smiles. It's your mind reminding you that life is rich, vibrant, and meaningful. By intentionally recalling positive experiences, you can harness this emotional energy to fuel creativity, motivation, and resilience. Nostalgia, therefore, is not passive longing, it's an active emotional resource. It allows you to carry joy from the past into the present, giving you strength to face challenges and pursue what matters most. So the next time nostalgia washes over you, don't fight it or dismiss it. Sit with it. Feel it. Let it remind you of the strength, love, and joy you've experienced. And then ask yourself, what part of that memory can I bring into my life today? The curiosity that made you explore, the courage that made you take risks, the lightness that made you laugh without restraint. Because nostalgia isn't merely a reflection, it's a gentle nudge, a reminder of what's possible. The past isn't gone, it's echoing, waiting for you to create new moments worthy of remembering. The real purpose of memory isn't to tie you to yesterday, it's to teach you how to make today vibrant, meaningful, and full of moments you'll look back on with the same warmth and longing one day.